Hey everyone, we are back for chapter 22 of the Adventures of Will Irving, Automaton Trouble. Here we go. "You disappoint me, Sal," Jim stated disdainfully as he surveyed the damaged lab. "Yet another delay in our work. What did we lose?" Jim shook his head slowly in frustrated irritation. He had just returned from an unsuccessful search for Claire, and now this. Sal could see the fire in Jim's eyes. Fortunately, there was at least one piece of good news. "Actually, nothing of major importance," Sal answered. "It seems that Dr. Ferryman made sure of that. I found the transmitter in his office, along with some other piece of equipment that I didn't recognize. He also left you a note." "Well," Jim said, holding out his hand expectantly. "It's still in his office. I left everything the way I found it," Sal explained. Jim immediately turned and briskly made his way to Art's office, with Sal following close behind. The two men entered the office, and Jim paused to scan the room. "It's on the table over there," Sal noted, pointing to a large table in the back of the room. Jim walked over to the table and found 3 items of interest. The first was the large piece of machinery that Lana and Diego had been working on in the lab. The second was a much smaller piece of equipment consisting of a few buttons and a little monitor. The third was a sealed envelope with Jim's name written on it. Jim picked up the envelope and carefully opened it. He removed and unfolded a single sheet of lined paper and began to read it silently. "Jim, I don't expect you to understand why I did this. I'm a father, and Claire is my only child. She's my only connection to Autumn. She's all that I've got left that's worth living for. Maybe if you were a father, you would understand how I feel. I trust you, but I just can't sit around knowing she isn't safe. Besides, I'm her dad, and I should be the one rushing to her rescue. This is my fight, and I'll do whatever it takes to save her. But don't worry, I didn't leave without a plan. The device next to the transmitter is a tracking system. Switch it on, head to the city, and follow the signal to find us. If all else fails, I'll take Mo out myself before he hurts my little girl. Don't take so long this time, okay?" Jim finished reading the note and gently tossed it back onto the table. He picked up the handheld tracking device and turned it on. It began to beep and scan for a signal, but nothing appeared on the monitor. "What is it?" Sal asked curiously. "A tracking device," Jim answered as he rushed past Sal and out into the hallway. "Tell Lana and Diego to resume their work." Jim continued walking with a rapid, determined step and eventually entered the garage. Atticus, who had been waiting near the door, fell into step next to Jim, and they both walked in silence until they finally reached their car and got in. Seconds later, they were speeding off toward the city once again. And that is chapter 22. See you next time for chapter 23.